Alright, so let's see, we got Spider-Man, the original movie, a B, Spider-Man 2, a B+, Spider-Man 3, a C+. And now it's time to review the actual good one, the Amazing Spider-Man. Now I know, most people actually think that this is one of the worst movies in the franchise, considering that when I see a lot of people's lists, it always goes this one, then this one, then like this one, then the Spider-Man 3, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I actually truly loved the Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was one of the best movies in the Spider-Man franchise. And actually, I think it's the best movie in the franchise, and I still did. I just watched it again, and I have some notes here that I'm going to read to you guys and kind of review the movie. So here's my TASM notes, otherwise known as the Amazing Spider-Man, which came out in 2012, by the way, and starred Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. Yeah, alright. So, the movie's score, or if you don't know what score is, it's the music in the movie, is fantastic. The movie's score is really one of its finest, like, especially at the very beginning, like, the credits and stuff. It was an awesome score, and it was, like, I think it's better than this one, and this one was pretty good, but the Amazing Spider-Man one, this one was awesome. Alright. Second note. The opening title card, first off, it wasn't as long as this one, or this one, or this one. But secondly, it looked cool. The last one just kind of had Spider-Man. This one, it was like intertwined with the webbing, and it was like, it looked really cool, and it actually built up the thing. So, it was good. It opens with a hide-and-seek game. I don't know if that's good or bad, but, you know, Peter was, like, young, and I don't know why they really had the subplot of Peter's parents, since it was never really touched on again in this movie, but it was an interesting concept. Number 4, so, like, at the one point in the hide-and-seek, he thinks he found his father, but he didn't, so he goes up and sees his father's glasses and puts them on. Why? I mean, I guess there's not really anything wrong with it, it's just, why do you feel the need to do that? Like, what if your father had pink eye and you put it on? Congratulations, Peter. No, but seriously. Number 5, you can steal, okay, so, like, when, Peter goes into, like, his father's old room, well, like, his work room, and then sees there's, like, this chalkboard with a whole bunch of the information on it, which is kind of, like, leading up to the spider, like, thing that bites Peter, but, he erased it so that you couldn't see it, but you can still see half the work, so it's just, like, plug it in, it's not that hard. I mean, he didn't even erase it that well, so I think you just don't read it. So they, like, you know, after that, because, like, someone broke into their house, and, like, I think, and that's what they're, you know, setting up, so they're just like, you know what, let's, there's like, hey, let's just drop Peter off with his aunts and uncle. Why? Why didn't they take him with them? And even if, like, they couldn't, why would they leave them with their aunt? It makes no sense. Like, I don't understand. Why would... First off, whose side of the family is that? That's never been explained. Is it on the mom's side or the dad's side? I'm not quite sure. And secondly, why would you trust them to raise your son? I mean, they knew that they weren't going to ever be able to see them again, so why do you trust them? I don't know. It makes no sense. Number 7. Alright, so everyone is always like, oh, Andrew Garfield being bullied isn't believable because, you know, a lot of people think he looks good. Just because you look good doesn't mean you're, like, avoid of bullying. Have you ever been to school? Like, seriously, people, have you forgotten? He's one of the smartest kids in the class, so people consider him a nerd. So, of course, he's going to be picked on. Why else would he? Just because you look good, or just because it doesn't matter about your looks. It depends about your personality and, like, how smart you are. If you're that smart, of course, you're going to be picked on. What else are they going to do to you?
I've come back from the future.
So... at one point, like, he's, like, looking around at the introduction of the school, and he, like, takes a picture of Gwen. Why? Like, what? Why?
Anyway.
Why are you, no.
Aunt May and
No!
Uncle Ben.
No!
It has been explained what side they're on.
No, it hasn't. Talk to the camera, you idiot.
Their last name is Parker.
Talk to the camera.
Their last name is Parker.
So is the mom. Just, no, never mind, Cameron. Never mind. I need to do this.
Wow.
Alright, so the bully scene makes absolutely no sense. like, whatsoever. Because it was like, okay, so at the one point, like, you know, their introduction to the school and Flash, Peter sees this, like, circle around them, and Flash is making this kid eat vegetables? How is that bullying? If they're vegetables. I'm confused. Like, I don't understand why, but whatever. Number 11. So after Pete gets beat up by Flash, no one helps him get up. In fact, someone goes over and kicks his camera. Look down! You don't need a kick of the camera. It's like, what the heck? So, alright, so then afterwards he gets home from school and there's like a flood in their basement or whatever. So he goes down there and Uncle Ben's like, okay, look around and see if there's anything else you want to salvage, and then, you know, everything else is going to, like, be thrown away. Why did they keep a briefcase of Peter's dad's stuff? Why would they do that? Like, the whole reason they're trying to escape, the whole reason that Peter's parents are leaving is because they're afraid that they're going to go after Peter because they're going after them. So why would you leave evidence of that in your basement? Anyone can break in there and look around and find it. It's not even that hard. And secondly, there's like a little compartment in the briefcase where it's like, you know, it has like a little whole thing. It's like the folders and stuff, and then if you turn it around, you unzip it, nothing's in there, and there's like, you know, a back. Peter like runs his fingers on the back until he gets to the very end and pulls down, and it like something. Spider-Man 3 drop, but it's like something pulls out. What? What briefcase is made so that you can pull out the compartment of it? It makes no sense. Why would you ever do that? And plus, you should be able to see that because there should be a bump where it should be, where the stuff is. It's not just like a void that goes nowhere. I mean, it's still in the briefcase, and you should see the bump where the stuff is, but you don't. So it's like it's an empty void that like is never explained. I feel like I'm harping on the movie a lot. This is not even the right movie. This movie, I actually, like I said, I quite liked it. I think it's the best Spider-Man movie ever. But so far, I mean, some things just don't make sense. Like, the logical flaws in this movie sometimes don't make any sense. Then again, they didn't make sense in these two movies either. Or Spider-Man 3. Alright. So like, Peter goes in his room and he's searching around the stuff and locks his door. But he doesn't have a lock that you just turn at like any other door ever. No. He has an electric lock. Okay, is that like supposed to... What does that do? I mean, is that just supposed to show that he's smart? Because if so, why do you need an electric lock though? It makes no sense. Anyway, so, at one point, you know, after the electric lock thing, Uncle Ben walks in and he's like, look, he explains who the guy in the photo was that Peter showed him earlier that they said they had no clue out of the briefcase. It was Dr. Khan. But anyway, so it's like, so the parents, well, like, you know, he goes up and explains what happened and stuff, and then, he picks up a Rubik's Cube as he's playing with that, and he puts it down. It was a perfectly solved Rubik's Cube. And he puts it down, and then he, like, messed it up. Like, how dare you, Uncle Ben? You know how long that takes? So this is just a little nitpick that I have. It's not really a big deal, but why did they choose the Lizard? Out of every single villain in the entire, like, things that you could have chosen to be, like, the starter, you choose the Lizard? I mean, he's not a bad villain. He's a pretty good villain. I mean, most of the Spider-Man villains are, but why the Lizards, like, in particular? I just want to kind of know, like, the backstory. Like, I don't even know why they chose the Green Goblin in this movie. So, like, I kind of want to know, like, why do they start with a certain amount? Like, why do they start the movie with like, one specific villain? I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a little nitpick I have. So, in the movie, Kurt's whole thing is to, like, get a world without weaknesses. That world would be terrible. Now, let me explain. It's not that I don't want people to have a cure for stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a world without weakness would be terrible because there'd be nothing stopping you from doing anything. Like, it's just like, alright, so nothing would be stopping you, let's say if you had, like, I don't know, an ankle injury. That's a weakness, okay? So you wouldn't have that, but that would then in a way take character from you. It's like people's weaknesses are their character, and if you take away their character, it takes away. If you take away the weakness, it takes away the character. So, alright. So, observe, I might edit this, and if not, I'll put it in a different video or whatever, but there's like, a huge thing of Oscorp in this movie, and if you don't remember what it is, I might edit it here, if not, then I didn't, and I'll just put it in a different video, or I'll just, like, show you a picture of it. But, so, Oscorp is like a little spiral tower, and they have, like, a little bottom thing, and the inside is what I'm mostly talking about. It looks nothing like the second one does. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one started it, and then The Amazing Spider-Man 2 comes along, and they're just like, you know what, let's just completely redesign Oscorp for no good reason. It looked fine before. Why do they need more space in Oscorp? It was like, what? But maybe they couldn't get the thing back. I don't know. So, Gwen just happens to work at Oscorp in this movie. Coincidence? I think not. No, but, so, question. Not only do I not do I not get why they chose the Lizard as the main character to start, like the main villain. I don't get why they chose the actor that they did. His name is like Evans. I can't even pronounce it. I don't think anyone can. But I mean, he's not a very serious actor, so why did they choose him out of everything? I mean, again, it's just a little nitpick. He's a good actor, and I like the villain. It's just why. I would like to know why. Let's talk about Peter. Andrew Garfield Peter, more specifically. This guy, Peter, he actually acts like a Spider-Man would. He acts like Spider-Man would if Spider-Man was real. Tobey Maguire didn't do that. That's why Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. But I'll get into that in a different episode. I know, it's kind of a controversial thing, but whatever. So, anyway, he's in Oscorp with this little thing. He snuck in to learn about his dad's thing, and he sees this guy. He, follows this guy that he accidentally bumped into. And he types in a password on this wall, goes in, and takes some people out of it to, go to a meeting or whatever they're going to do. And Peter, peers around the corner, and it's, 30 feet away. And then he copies the password perfectly. No! You cannot see that from 30 feet away. I will set up the camera in a different episode, 30 feet away from me, pull up my tablet, and type in the password in front of, 30 feet away from the camera, and see if you guys know what it is. No! You're not going to be able to. Want to know why? That's not possible. I will even if you really want to do that, I will, one of my friends, I will have them stand 30 feet away from me, hold it up, and type it in, and see if they know, because they will not. You cannot see that. No. I don't get the spider scene. In that little room, he, goes in and, pulls the wire, and all the spiders fall out on him. That's how he gets the spider bite. But, first off, why would he pull the string? And secondly, why do all of the spiders fall directly on him? They don't fall anywhere else in the circle. They just all fall on him. Shouldn't they fall in their area? Whatever. I don't really care. In this movie, there are touchable holograms. So I guess we're in Iron Man 2 or 3. Seriously, he just pulls up the hologram and, puts it into, a little... I don't know. It's weird. So, after Richard Parker leaves, Connor explains that he can't, think when he needed to. But my question is, why does Kirk Connors not know the science behind it? Isn't he supposed to be brilliant? So apparently, without Richard Parker, Dr. Kirk Connors is dumb. Period. End of story. Alright. Let's talk about the Spider-Man costume in this movie. It was awesome. I actually love it. A lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't look like the comics. So what? It's a fresh change of pace for the character. Same costume. The black suit and the same costume. Give us something original. Give us something different than the same looking thing. It works for Batman because it's practical. But this, no. Change it up a little. Even Batman has had different costumes in the past, and it works. Iron Man changes his iron suit all the time. Captain America's changed his costume almost constantly. Superman changes his, I mean, not a lot, but he does. I mean, the Flash, not really, but again, it works. It's iconic. I get that that's iconic, but you have to change it up. Even the Flash has changed it up before by changing his logo. So, what Spider-Man did in this movie, plus it actually was practical within the movie, because how did Peter in the original movie go from, like, his little, I think I talked about this in my Spider-Man 2 review, go from, like, his, like, normal, like, the little suit that he wore before he was actually Spider-Man, when he was fighting in the rink, to that? How did he build that? He is poor! They made that so many times, an effort that he is poor. In this movie, you actually get to see him make the suit. It's practical that he would be able to do that. I'm just gonna quickly look here. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. The robber scene in this movie is amazing. Like when the guy's robbing the car, and it was in the trailer too. He's just like, "Oh God, you found my weakness. It's small knives." It's hilarious. And he actually can make jokes and make them sound good. How many? Alright, go back and watch these first 3 movies here of the Spider-Man franchise with Tobey Maguire. Tell me how many jokes he had, because I literally think he only has 2. I only counted 2. And that was 1 in this movie and 1 in this movie. I didn't think he made a joke in the 3rd one. Spider-Man is supposed to be a wisecracking character, like Deadpool, but not quite as much. So make him a wisecracking character. Make him fun. Make him exciting. He wasn't fun in this movie, and Andrew Garfield could pull that off. Let's just talk about one more note here. Because the movie is kind of long. This movie, not only is it the best Spider-Man movie, and I've proven why today, it also has the best Stan Lee cameo ever. Have you ever seen it though? It's hilarious. I mean, like, if you haven't seen it, then most of this review won't make any sense to you. But because I'm just kind of explaining it. But I mean, like, he's fighting the lizard in the school library, and like, I guess Stanley's a librarian, and like walks out as the fight's happening. He's listening to music, so he doesn't like look up and see the fight. And it's hilarious, guys. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I won't be reviewing the Amazing Spider-Man till kind of attuned to Spider-Man Homecoming. So see you guys in the next video, and it'll probably be something else. So see you guys later. Have a good day.